Have you ever wondered what happens after this life? What mysteries lie beyond our earthly existence? Today, we are going to explore the teachings of the Catholic Church on the four last things: death, judgment, heaven, and hell. Let's take a look at these mysteries together and discover what they mean for our lives today. Death is the great equalizer, an inevitable part of the human experience. In Catholic belief, it marks the moment when our soul separates from our body. We need to remember that as human beings, we are body and soul, and while our body dies for a temporary period of time, our soul moves on and awaits for the moment when, one day, it will be fully united with the body again. It's a transition that invites us to reflect on how we live our lives. As Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 2 reminds us, there is time to be born and a time to die. Consider this. If you knew today was your last day, how would you live differently? What legacy do you want to leave behind? How does the reality of death influence your daily choices and priorities? Judgment follows death. In Catholic teaching, there are two types of judgment: particular judgment at the moment of death and general judgment at the end of time, when Jesus returns to earth for the second time. Judgment is a moment when our lives are laid bare before God. This isn't about fear, but about love and justice. Matthew chapter 25, verse 40 tells us, "Truly I tell you, just as you did it to one of the least of these who are members of my family, you did it to me." Therefore, we will need to answer how we treated God present in the people we met during our lives. In what ways can you cultivate a life that reflects love and justice? How do your actions align with your values? Heaven is the ultimate destination, a place of eternal joy and communion with God. It is a destination for which we were created. It's where our deepest desires find fulfillment. Revelation chapter 21, verse 4 offers hope. He will wipe every tear from their eyes. Death will be no more. Heaven inspires us to live with hope and strive for holiness. It reminds us that our earthly journey is but a prelude to something greater. What does heaven mean to you? How does this vision shape your spiritual journey and relationships? Hell represents eternal separation from God, a consequence of choosing to reject divine love. It's not just a place, but a state of being. This teaching isn't meant to instill fear, but to encourage introspection. It challenges us to consider the paths we choose. How do your choices reflect your relationship with God? What steps can you take to align more closely with His love? The four last things invite us into a reflection, not out of fear, but out of hope. They remind us that life is sacred from conception to natural death, and every moment counts. As we journey through life, may we seek what truly matters. It is the eternal life with God. Let these reflections guide your spiritual growth and inspire you to live with intention. As Saint Augustine wisely said, "You have made us for yourself, O Lord, and our hearts are restless until they rest in you." May this truth guide us to seek God's presence in every moment and find peace in His eternal embrace.